But what I've been wanting to do is just simple things, like overlaying a photo. Apparently there is hand signals for turning off the camera from recording. So I was just recording the video and I raised my hand. It's April 21st, 2026. And I just discovered that there's hand signals for turning on and turning off the recording. I'm not going to do it because I just did it again. If I raise my hand up, showing the palm of my hand, it either stops recording or stops. This may be the first video that I do that's going to have a blooper reel at the end of it. It's April 21st, 2026. And I've been sitting here for a few minutes trying to record this video. I'm seeing it be going pretty good. But then I discovered a couple little problems. One is that if I raise my hand and show the palm of my hand, the camera stops the process it is currently doing. And the reason I have to say it that way is because I started recording in another video and I explained what I'm trying to explain right now, and I found out verbally, if you tell it to stop doing what it is currently doing, it also stops. I'm going to have to turn those off. They could be useful in some situations. I will fully agree with that. But I also have a remote and I can trigger it to start doing what it is currently doing with a button on the mic. I haven't had a lot of luck lately when it's come to the videos. I recorded a bunch of them lately. The screen turned off, so I thought the camera stopped doing what it's currently doing. I need a drink. Okay. I've had a lot of problems lately doing videos. I have recorded a bunch of them, but the video editor I would normally use on my phone was discontinued. So I've been having to try to use their replacement tool. The replacement is in beta, and the replacement is in the cloud. So these huge videos have to upload to the cloud. Then they have to pre-process them so you could edit them, and then you can make changes. The first problem I had is it wouldn't let me do an overlay. Okay, well, they fixed that. Then the second problem I had was that I was using my phone, and my phone was set to record in HDR, and apparently HDR is 60 frames a second, which I don't know why my phone was set to that. And it took a day and a half to process a 20-minute recording. And then it looked horrible because it doesn't handle HDR very well. Again, it is a beta. It's Adobe. They'll fix the HDR thing. They do excellent work with HDR, their desktop tools. So then I turned off the HDR. I set it to the 30 frames. Recorded another video on a different day. Uploaded it, and it seemed to be working. But then the audio was off by several seconds. Gave up on that video. I did another one. This time the audio seemed to be working. And I was able to do overlays. I overlaid a nice little title to put the text. Don't show your palm, Ken. Don't show your palm. And I put a photo up on the screen up here, which I now know that's what caused my issue one of the other times, is I didn't know about this palm thing. I put a photo up. When I went to export the video, everything that was on the second layer was all moved to the beginning of the video. So they all happened right after each other, not when they originally happened in the timeline. But it just... Now, in this case, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm recording this on the 360 camera, so I can use its software and edit the video. Maybe I'll just do that. I still wanted to do the overlay. I haven't been able to do, but I don't think I'm going to do it. A lot's been going on the last week or so. And my plan is to do at least one video a week now. I got to do this for my own mental ability. These videos are for me. I hope some other people get something out of them, other than think that I'm nuts. But they're for me, and I need to do them to try to, I don't know, get myself through this shit I'm going through. Because the therapy, I don't think is working. I think this therapist is getting more out of this than I am. Besides getting paid, she's getting stories. Maybe some entertainment, but I don't think I'm getting anything out of it. I started seeing a therapist because of anxiety, and I'm still dealing with grief. It's been 3 years, and I'm still dealing with grief. And I think part of my whole problem with that is it's real hard to explain my grief to people. Because Sonia's in my relationship is not something a lot of people understand. But some of the things that has happened since I posted last. One is we discovered that my dad's new car is a time machine. They were supposed to start manufacturing the car on Friday of last week or Saturday. Most likely Saturday, I think, is what the final paperwork said. Well, they called us on Thursday and asked if we wanted to pick up the car. Oh, okay. It traveled in time? No, it was manufactured early. And being that it's a Subaru, and Subaru makes their cars for the United States in Indiana, it was made, 300 miles from here. In fact, when Matthew was a kid and we would do the custody exchange with him, we would meet halfway in Indiana between Dayton, Ohio and Mundelein. Oddly enough, in Dayton, Indiana, weird but true, the factory was right there. It wasn't too far from there. So we saw this factory all the time. So it's kind of cool to the factory is that they make here. But the car is fantastic, and another way it seems like a time machine is it sure as hell seems bigger on the inside than the outside. You compare my dad's Outback to his new Forester. He's got the Forester Touring Edition hybrid now. We had to get rid of the van. The van died. And they look very similar size. very similar size. But I have difficulty getting in and out of the Outback. I can't get in and out of the back seat of the Outback. It's not going to happen. And I've got a lot better at getting out of the Outback. Obviously, since removing the growth, I can now position myself to get out. So I had no problem using it. But this new Forester, oh my God, I haven't had a car that I can remember this easy for me to get in and out of. And I can get in and out of the back seat. It's just, I love it. Well, we went over and we picked up the car on Thursday. We were there all day long. So I got nothing done I wanted to get done that day. Because they had to go through all the paperwork and the different departments. And then they had to teach you how to use the car. And they have multiple classes to teach how to use the car. In a few weeks, they call us up and we're supposed to go back in and they'll go over what we've learned using the car and other things. Because it's got some really amazing features. It is a hybrid, so it's gas electric hybrid. But it's got, like, I think we figured it out. There's 7 or 8 cameras on this car from each direction. And what it does is one of the things it does is it creates a 360-degree view around you. So when you pull into a parking space or back into a parking space, it gives you a virtual representation of the car and everything around it. I mean, oh my God, is it cool. I haven't driven it yet. I still don't have my license. I'm looking forward now to get my license and driving this car. But it's really cool. Really cool. It also has this feature with the... Sorry, I stopped wrong. My neck's killing me. Don't show palm to the camera, Ken. Don't show palm to the camera. With the rear view mirror, you know, when you would normally flip it for at night for high beams and stuff, it actually, you flip it and it switches to a camera out of the back, which is real nice because if you got a bunch of stuff in the back of the car, you can still see behind you without having to, you know, have your view blocked. But it's got the heated seats, it's got cooled seats, it's got heated steering wheel, incredible audio system. We ended up getting the more advanced car with absolutely amazing audio. It's got a sunroof. It's an amazing car. Beautiful color too. The big thing we said when we went in there to look at cars is we didn't want a white car. This is not white. They call it River Rock, I think. It's kind of a grayish, brownish mixture. It's really beautiful. But when we went in looking for the car, we took Ripley with us. This Outback is very, very dog friendly. They even send you an emblem for your car for a dog. But they were very friendly. And we went to pick up the car. Ripley went with again, and they were all happy to see her again. And she was the first one in the vehicle. She hopped right up in there like, hey, this is cool. What's this? What's going on with this? But so that was nice. And I don't think I'm going to see my dad and brother much for a while because they're going to be out driving that car no matter what. And also, I finished up the program I was working on for my former professor and friend. That was a learning experience. That was a real learning experience. Because I intentionally did it the way I did it because I wanted to learn. I'm trying to learn Git Hub and Git Better. Just a way of doing repos for your source code. Because almost every business uses that. the technology, either with private repos or in the cloud. And so I wanted to learn that. I also was using GitHub has this thing called their Copilot agents, and it uses different agents to be able to go through, analyze the code, either make suggestions or actually write the code yourself to make the changes. And it's pretty damn cool on how it works. So I learned a lot from that. I don't know if he's ever going to use it, because we discovered it was missing the data he wanted. But I published it on Sunday. It's available for him. And it works real well. And I did it in a way to be easy to make modifications, so if he does find the right data, I can make the changes so it'll work. I've been really down again lately. I don't know if I'm ever going to get past that. I did start reading a book again that I originally got 3 years ago on dealing with grief. And I bought it, and then I gave it away to Sonia's sister. And I never got a replacement. Well, I got a replacement. And it's a good book, as it goes through like everyone talks about the 5 steps of grief. And this essentially says they're bullshit. Even the doctor who came up with the concept of the 5 steps of grief wishes she had never published it. Because it makes people think like there's a rules that you have to follow this and you're going to follow it in a short period of time. But it's not going to happen necessarily. It doesn't happen in an order. It doesn't happen in a period of time. Even though most people don't seem to understand that they think grief should be over grieving for someone in a matter of weeks or months or maybe a year. Grief is completely individual between each person and who they're grieving for. And the grief is really not something you should be ashamed of. It's part of love. You know, when you love someone, you're going to grieve for them. And I mean, I started seeing this therapist because I just couldn't shake this. I still have nightmares about Sonia. I still will break into tears occasionally, especially on Sundays. She would always come and see me on a Sunday. And I don't get to see her. I don't get to see anyone. No one comes to see me. No one calls me. No one returns my text. You know, I'm gonna be alone in a crowd. But so I've been thinking about that, and thinking a lot about. I said a long time ago I wanted to write a song about her and missing her. And I may still do that someday. I probably will. But I think right now I actually want to write a song about how difficult it is to write a song about someone you loved and lost. Because it really is difficult. Trying to keep busy, trying to walk more. last week was a real busy week because I had 2 different doctor's appointments. I had the meeting with a shrink, which is virtual, and then I had to go into weight management, and I haven't seen them in a few months, and I had to get weighed in. This is an energy drink that I was sent samples of. Even though they call it a pop, it's just flavored water. It's good though. Natural flavors, natural caffeine. 5 calories for a can. 0 grams of carbs, which is the important one. But I went into weight management and I ain't even done very well. I gained weight. Some of it is, I wasn't really paying too much attention to the charts when you put in your food. And I was getting a lot more carbs than I realized. Some of it came from little things like the protein pancake mix that I bought. Actually had a bunch of carbs in it that I didn't realize were there, because I ended up switching brands from what I originally used. Some of that stuff, but also because I've been eating more fruit and vegetables. Fruit and vegetables are very heavy in carbs. Don't realize that. Most people don't realize that, and it makes sense because they're basically a sugar. And I also haven't been eating enough, which sounds strange that I gain weight because I'm not eating enough, but I'm supposed to be doing 1,600 calories a day, and I've been doing closer to 900 calories a day. So the doctor I saw this time, I think she's a nurse practitioner and dietitian. This one, it wasn't my normal nurse practitioner I see. She went through and explained that I'm not eating enough calories to cause the body to trigger the use of the fat cells that are in the body. It's just basically giving up, and it's sending the stuff straight to the liver and the kidneys and producing fat. So that's why I'm gaining weight. So I gotta eat more calories. I gotta work on getting the carbs. I also can't eat naked carbs, which is what I've been doing with the fruit. I have some pineapple or some watermelon or a banana. It's a no-no. I have to have a protein with them. Because the protein is going to help my body trigger the breakdown of the carbs. So I bought a bunch of little protein things, little cheese sticks, some meat sticks of some type, nuts and stuff like that I can have with the fruit to help that. Because I got a lot of weight to get off. A real lot of weight to get off. Still over 400 pounds. I mean, obviously I'm a lot lighter. I was almost 600 pounds 2 years ago. But between the 97 pounds they removed from the surgery and me being on the Wegovy before the surgery, I've lost a lot of weight. I got a lot more to go. At the end of the year, I'm going to have to fly down to Florida for Matthew's wedding. I'm not going to miss that wedding. And I really need this other surgery. I don't want more surgery, but I'm in a lot of discomfort. A real lot of discomfort. Things did not heal quite right, and I'm in a lot of fucking discomfort. Some days it's really bad. Other days it's just irritating. It's always there. It's always uncomfortable. The groin area is always uncomfortable. And they're going to have to do the surgery, but they can't do it until I get more weight off, because they need the skin to be able to possibly do a skin graft and also to stretch it. So I gotta get that done. I also got, I'm bleeding again from the area where the incision and the scarring is on the left side. And I don't know why I'm bleeding again. But I've now, twice in the last 3 days, had this all of a sudden feeling of a dampness on that side. And I would grab a wipe and wipe it and get a lot of blood. But I can't visibly see anything. And I'm thinking about it, I may try to use this camera to see it. Throw it into 8K mode and see if I can see the area. Let me try that. But I don't know. I don't really know. Trying to keep busy to keep myself from having a mental breakdown. Of course, that's difficult too, because my brand new computer keeps fucking crashing. I call them up, they say they fixed it, and then it happens again. And then this morning, all I was doing was writing a damn email. And I'm about to hit send, and the computer crashes. And the crashes are all different. So I gotta call up Lenovo again. Oh, I'm a little worried birds have made it back in the attic. Funny after my last video with the birds. I had to do that. I apologize. There was a few people who watched the video and only watched the first few seconds of it because they thought I had really uploaded the birds. But no, it was just... I had fun. That was all AI generated, obviously. But it was fun to do. I think I'm gonna go in on this. Ripley's over there. See if I can get her on the camera. Everybody's over there camping out on the deck. I kind of like to do the same myself, but I don't want to lay down. Number one, I never get off the deck. Well, actually, I don't know, to be honest with you. I have no idea if I could get up if I fall. I couldn't do it when I had the growth. It was impossible. Because the weight of the growth and the way it was positioned, I mean, the growth almost 100 pounds. And it was mostly liquid that would move around. So it was just, it was impossible for me to stand up on my own. I couldn't get the legs in the right position, and the weight was, every time I tried to move, the weight would hold me down. But that's gone. So I think it may be possible I could get up now without assistance. I'm not really looking forward to trying, but I think it's possible. Now, as I said, I think I'm going to end this video. Thank you for watching. Hey, look, now I can use my palm.